Welcome back, everyone, to our career mode series here in NASCAR Heat 3. So it is decision time. In our first full season in the Dirt Series, do we want to have our own team or do we want to drive for another team? Now, there are certainly pluses and minuses of going either way, but it is so much fun to start our own team and to hire the employees, train the employees, and so on, that I think that's the route I want to go. So let's go ahead and move forward. Do we want to join a team or start a team? Let's go ahead and start a team. So we're going to need $250 to register a name, which unfortunately we don't get to choose. And let's see. Last time we were Steel Forge Racing. So let's go with Black Storm Motorsports this time. All right, let's pick out our sponsor. And I wonder which one of these is going to be the best. And it looks like we're going to be going with the same one we did last time, which is the Auto Salvage. Let's just go ahead and do that. We don't really need as much money up front, although it would certainly be nice. So what do we want to do? Well, I'm not interested at all in a road course chassis. So I'm thinking that we'll probably do one of each, short track and normal. Who knows, somewhere along the line we might get into having multiple of each. But for right now, let's just go ahead and start out with a short track chassis. And let's see, we need to hire someone. Let's go ahead and hire Janelle, since she has expertise in engines. All right, let's design our car. This is a design I like just from the basic color scheme. I really, really wish we had access to a lot more numbers than the few they give us access to. But given what we have available, I think I'll start here. We might change it later, but that looks pretty good to me. All right, so let's assign someone to work on our cars right quick. We're not going to worry about all that. We already know how this stuff works. Thank you very much for your help. We do not want to start our work plan just yet. Okay, so we have $6,140. Let's see. Improve our equipment. How much is it going to cost us? Oh, wow. So not very much at all. So we can get a much better engine, go from 70 to a maximum of 85 for $2,200. Let's go ahead and do that. And our employee, let's go ahead and train her. So she's got one already in engine. Let's see how much money we've got available that we can spend. All right, so we can get her up to 10. That'll get us up to 80 on the engine. All right, I kind of like that. So one step at a time, let's go ahead and hire another employee. And we'll go, I would really like to hire for suspension. No real good choices there, so we'll choose Robert. And let's go ahead and train him with what money we have remaining. Okay, so we'll get him to a 5, which is perfect because that'll go from 70 to 75, which is our current max for the suspension. So we'll take it. We'll take it. And as each race we get our winnings, we'll do everything we can to continue on. So we'll need to purchase another chassis here before too long. And it looks like $6,100 is the magic number, so it might take us a little while before we get there. Now we're ready to adjust that work plan. And so we've got a couple of short tracks coming up, then a normal at Bristol. And I'm not going to run all of these races. Some of these I will certainly be simulating. But we're going to run as many of these as we can. So let's go ahead and start out on our engine. And then we'll move over to suspension and take care of that. So not bad overall considering this is our very first race. So we'll have an 80, 70, and 75 ride. And so as we head back out to the main screen, yes, we want to get our season started. This also means we're going to be on the hot seat offers for the truck series. So we'll take that. That might be a nice way for us to earn some additional money because every time you step up a series, the earnings potential is much greater than the series below it. And then, of course, if you make it to the Cup Series, it is extremely expensive to operate, but also very lucrative if you have great finishes. All right, before we move on to our first race at Charlotte, we want to go back down to the hard difficulty, and I'm actually going to go 50% races. There's a race or two during the season that I'll probably want to do 100%, but for right now, we're just going to use a standard 50%, and we'll save the 100% for a few specialty races along the way. All right, I think everything has been taken care of. Let's go ahead and get this season started. All right, it is race time here in Charlotte. And unlike our very first event here where we were in a 3-star ride, our car is sort of all jumbled up. We don't have anything that is fairly standard on the car. We're going to be starting basically dead last. We did not have a good qualifying run. The car was handling quite terribly. I ran 0 practice, which is generally the way I like to do the career mode series. If I run any practice at all, it's generally only a lap or two. All right, so we need a top 20 finish, and we got 50 laps to do it. So right now we're currently in position to do what we need to do. And of course that goal position, instead of as it was with the hot seat offers, it's about getting some extra money from our sponsors. And we can use all the money we can get right now. Ooh, this is definitely a struggle. I like it. This car is not handling terribly good right now. I am definitely experiencing a minimum amount of traction compared to what I was expecting. But our goal here is get the best finish we possibly can so that we get the most points and, of course, the most money. Alright, so far some light contact among cars. We've been hit a few times, and we've hit a few other cars. So, no big deal. As long as it stays like this, it can actually be some really fun racing. Alright, so a long race, just trying to be pretty conservative, running around the bottom, trying to give everybody room for the most part. Feels weird to say that 50 laps is a long race, but it really is in the dirt cars. All right, let's move up the track a little bit and let's see how we fare. Well, we're going to have to move back to the bottom a little bit if we're going to make this pass, but I'm really anxious to get up a little higher on the track. Again, just no traction coming off the corner right now. So that makes things even more difficult. So somehow we have found our way into 12th. With the way this car is handling, I certainly did not see that as being a possibility, and we started basically dead last on the field. So we've made quite a bit of progress in the first 12 laps. Yeah, just no grip coming off the corner. We're just spinning tires. Oh, got a car on our inside. So, goal position of 20th. So, we're in no danger of dropping outside the top 20. So, we're going to try to, again, give these guys as much room as we can. Oh, no grip. None. All right, so back to the bottom we go. A lot of cars lined up here in close proximity. And we are threatening to break into the top 10. These longer races are only fun if you're not running away with an easy victory. Then they just become extremely boring. So right now, things are going quite well, just inside the top 10. All right, we got somebody trying to get to our inside. Let's pass a few lap cars here before we get back to battling for position. Our spotter's definition of fast and my definition of fast are very different. But he's trying to pump us up. He's trying to keep us in a positive frame of mind, so we'll give him props for that. But we are certainly not going fast right now. All right, so we seem to have found our cushion at this point. Around the 10th position, give or take, seems to be where we're slotting in right now on speed, which is right in that sweet spot that I've talked about before in the field. All right, 9th position just ahead of us. And I'm guessing this is a lot of lap traffic otherwise. Oh wow, there's the leader. Wow. That is huge. I did not expect to see the leader coming by us anytime soon. But he is certainly putting down some very nice laps. Because we're in 9th position and we are now a lap down, so he's getting some work done. All right, so it looks like that's Snyder in front of us in 8th position. We're going to try to run him down. We've got just under half the race left to try to get that done. Let's move up the track a little bit. All right, that was a little bit better. The high side should be a little bit more friendly to us given the state of our car. Yeah, because our car just does not like that bottom right now. We can make it work, but it's certainly not where our car wants to be. Looks like everybody has gravitated toward the top side, which means that we're probably going to have to go back to the bottom to make any passes. Oh, look out. Now, one thing that has just dawned on me is we have not seen any yellow flags yet. We're using the relaxed yellow, so we wouldn't expect to see a ton of them. But I'm a little surprised that we have not seen any so far in our races. Oh, lost a little traction there. And we have actually kept pace pretty good with the leader. He is in heavy traffic, and they're not doing him any favors of letting him by. So for that reason, we've been able to hang with him pretty good and are actually closing back up on him. And I figure if we're doing that, then surely we're closing in on some other cars for position. Wow, look at that. I mean, he's got, what is that, 5 cars right in front of him, and again, they're not doing him any favors at all. We're going to try to jump in here and unlap ourselves if we can. We're going to join the fray. All right, we might be running side by side with 7th. I don't know who that is out there, but apparently that is the case. All right, there goes the leader back by. And you can see, if he ever gets any clear track, he is motoring. That is one thing you can count on in this game, is that the AI don't deal too well with lap traffic when they're leading. It's just very difficult for the AI to figure out how they're going to get around. And that is certainly proven to be the case in this race. All right, we're right here with Snyder. Let's see if we can make our way past. Still got several laps to go, so we got time to get it done. All right, here we go. We've got position on him. Do I have enough traction to pull it off? Oh, wow. He's not trying to give us very much room up here, is he? He doesn't want to get picked in behind the lap car in front of him. All right, so we're up into 6th. Let's see if we can hold that. 2 more laps. Sure would be nice to get a top 5, but I don't even know where 5th place is in front of us. There's so many lap cars mixed in at this point in the race, it's hard to tell. All right, come into the line, and we'll bring it home in 6th position. And that was quite a bit of fun running that high line up there. Just wish we had a little bit more grip coming off the corner. We could have made up even more spots, I believe. So we end up being the first car 1 lap down. So yeah, a lot of cars. Look at that, 4 laps down at the back of the field. Yikes. It was only a 50-lap race. All right, look at that amount of money, $21,000. Of course, $950 from our sponsor, and then we sold a T-shirt apparently for $10, and so we'll bring home $10 as our merch payout. Very nice. A great way to get the points started this season. So once again, I have no idea what kind of lap times I was running, so we're not going to worry too much about that. That'll be more important as we get our car upgraded and we have to work on our setup to adjust the amount of speed in our car. So $21,960, that is certainly going to allow us to do some upgrading to our employees and perhaps purchase another chassis. And so that is very good news. And we keep up good finishes like that, we're going to be able to upgrade our car in fairly quick order. So we'll go ahead and click continue there, and let's see which track is up next on the list. So we've got Camping World Truck Series race at Atlanta, and we have a hot seat offer. 3-star team, Clay Greenfield Motorsports, is looking for a top 25 finish, and if we're able to do that, they'll pay us $10,000. So a very nice opportunity here in the 68 truck. We'll do that next time. For now, thank you very much for joining me. And stay tuned as we will continue our career mode series of NASCAR Heat 3.